It's that time of the week where you hear the nice, slow, soft, melodic intro to our show, and it must be Hump Day.
That's right. That's right. When you hear the that sexy intro music, you know you're going to be getting a show that matches what that music is promising.
That we every aspect of Ian and Jerrod's Hump Day Extravaganza is meticulously planned out. We start planning the next show minutes after we wrap the old show, and and we barely get it done. We barely get it done by the time it's time to hit play
But you
for
know
the
what?
next.
Quality is job number one for Ian and I. And I think all of that hard work preparation and shows in every quality episode.
I agree. I agree, and so don't our two regular watchers. I am sure.
We are never letting people down because we are Ian and Jared's Hump Day Extravaganza. We are here this Hump Day and every other Hump Day to get you through the rest of your goddamn week.
Yes, absolutely. And as always, we're here for you. So leave us some comments, and we like to riff on the comments. We can't have everything planned out meticulously. We are improvisers, so we do like a little bit of surprises. Keeps everybody guessing.
Yeah,
Ex-
yeah. See if you can keep up. Yeah, and you
yeah.
know what? Let's face it. We are milking you for material, audience.
Yep.
That way, if the show sucks, it's your fault,
Your
not
fault.
ours.
Yep. And consider it your payment for this free show. This is, we don't ask for donations. We don't not accept them. If
True.
yeah. Both of us are really seriously considering putting together a wish list for Amazon. You could always you know, send us your love that way. We can be bought.
And you know, we don't play commercials during the live stream.
Nope.
You may see sponsors popping up during the recorded sessions if you watch it later on, and that's fine. That's how we buy our Bugattis.
That's it. That's it. It's the East Coast living is expensive. Northeast isn't the cheapest place.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Ian,
So
you know one thing I like?
what's that?
People who are susceptible to suggestion, like say Amy, who
Just
it just got into her head to leave a comment and she was there to do it.
she was there. She had one ready to go. And you know what I appreciate? Proper punctuation.
Right.
You know,
Right. It's good
our audience are smarties. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
right.
Yeah.
That's right. If you're going to leave a comment, please use a properly formatted sentence in the
Please.
comment. We will be judging.
Yeah. I got my elements of style right here. I will look up the
Yes.
right grammar.
So,
Hey, Happy New Year!
yeah, you too. Happy New Year. This is our first show after the holidays.
Yep. This is it. It's so far 2023 has been really low key, and I really appreciate 2023 for kind of keeping it a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have a hot take here.
Yeah.
Hot take. A friend of mine kind of clued me into this, and I'm in the hot take territory for it now. If every year you make a post on Facebook or Twitter or social media somewhere like, "Oh, last year sucked. I hope this year is better." If you do that every year, it's not the year's fault.
Yeah. Good call.
You suck.
Yeah.
So just keep that in mind. If you suck, probably don't want to be so open about it.
Nope. Yeah. Like it is what it is. It's life happens.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the good and the bad. And if you focus on the negative, guess what? That's what you're going to remember.
Yeah. So that's our little pump you up, optimistic little hullabaloo.
Chastising in the new year. We are chastising
That's
our
right.
audience.
That's why this is an extravaganza, people.
Amy, why should you be getting sleep? Are you traveling? What is going on? Updates, please. And then Susan, we apologize. I have a feeling you might have hit the wrong button.
Yeah, this is my aunt.
Yeah.
She often is unsure of where she is.
Mm-hmm.
She's always asking, "Where am I?"
Hey.
Sometimes we're around. Sometimes she has wandered off, and she's like at a cowboy bar or something like that.
And maybe she just was looking for a familiar face and was like, that Jerrod guy looks familiar. I may know him. So whatever, we you can stay.
She stumbled across it.
Just stumble across. That's how most people find us.
So this is our first post-holiday show.
Mm-hmm.
And so Ian, did you get anything good for Christmas?
I did. I'm using something I got for Christmas right now.
Please hold your hands up. Please show your hands to the camera so that we know that it's not.
No, I'm using it right now and my hands are in full sight.
Okay, good.
Yes, I got my good friend Greg, who is an occasional watcher. Unfortunately we're on a time where he's usually putting his kids to bed. He's got little ones, but he saw our last show and was like, Ian was not well lit, so he bought me a mini ring light. So I got ring light action going on tonight.
If there's one thing the show has been missing this whole time, it's more of your visible face. So now we definitely know we are going to be up and running and hot in the action.
I mean, come on. It makes a difference. Look at this. This is off, on. And it has different temperatures. This is the warm glow.
Not only did I like it better off, I wish it could be even offer than it was somehow.
Along with the mic. Need to be up in 7 hours for an improv workshop. Amy, those are choices. Those are choices. If I'm glad you're able to fit us in, and I think you're making the right choice. If I were to sleep through something, it would be the improv workshop.
I can't tell you how many people Ian and I have said, glad you were able to fit us in.
Yeah. Yeah. So
common refrain.
Mm-hmm. Your mom, man, she knows.
She knows.
She's got her pulse on the internet trends here. Yeah. Right. I don't know if they took away our status. I don't see it anymore.
I mean, possibly our stars have risen so far that we are no longer rising stars.
We're no longer in this galaxy. Facebook doesn't know.
In a constellation. Excellentia.
I even posted a couple times on our page in the 2 weeks that we were.
You are a marketing behemoth.
Yeah. Yes, I have a cell phone and I will use it.
So I did a little traveling over the holidays.
Oh yeah.
I went out west to see my daughters.
Mm-hmm.
And if there's one thing about me that people may or may not be aware of is I am an unlucky traveler. I have just the worst luck when I travel. Last year on the way back, it was awful. It's much more common that my flights are delayed. And when I say delayed, I don't mean like a 15-minute delay. I mean, it's much more common my flights are delayed and like the want to like scream and bash your face into the wall type of delays.
Yeah.
And, my little strategy when I fly is I take the train down to Newark and then I fly from Newark, get a direct flight across the country. It's a money saver. It's cheaper to do that. I like train travel too. I was not booked on Southwest Airlines. I'm not a Southwest Airlines flyer. This was a all United thing because they do the direct flights there. And, Ian, things were going good. I was going to have a lot of time down there. So as I was on the train down there, I got on the United app and I said, why don't I just pay to use their lounge? They have food, drinks in the lounge, all for free. It's nicer, more comfortable, less crowded. The cost of it was $60. And to me, if you get to the airport and you sit down and you have a meal in the airport and maybe one alcoholic beverage, you're probably getting close to $60 right there. Things are just expensive in the airport. So totally worth it. That was the beginning of the end right there. I should have known. Don't try to make yourself more comfortable, Jerrod. Just keep a low profile.
Jerrod, it's against your nature. I think you really were like, you're much more, I can't say relaxed because you're never relaxed. You're much more in your zone when you're not comfortable and you're not, and you're upset,
I think you're right.
I think you tempted fate on this one.
the world, yeah, it's the way the universe tries to keep me on my toes.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
first, the stupid app. You hit the button to check out at the end of doing all this stuff. Blank screen.
Yep.
It said you get I never got an email, but you know what I did get? I did get my credit card charged for it. So that part worked great.
Great. Yeah.
I
They
get to the
never mess
airport.
up that part.
Right. I get to the airport. This is Christmas Eve, so it is very crowded. I go to one. They're like, this isn't the one you go to. I go to the other, like, club lounge there or whatever. Thinking I'll talk to them. They can get it figured out. Had a big sign that said, not accepting one-time passes.
Is that an option? Like you
I
paid
didn't.
for it?
I didn't know you could do that. I wouldn't have bought it if I would have accepted it. Such bullshit. So during
Is it because it was so packed and everybody was so angry? Because on the 24th, all the meltdown had already happened.
And I sat down and ate and had a drink. It was more than $60. I tried calling like their little the support number for that.
Yeah, forget that.
Every time, both times I called, it was like it is over 60 minutes. Like, I am not gonna sit there and wait for someone to pick up for over an hour. It's like this perfect storm. I'm not sure if I'm just gonna eat that $60 or not. Or
you should send that to your credit card company to handle. Say,
I was thinking of doing that, of just having them deny the payment to that. I might.
Yeah, just like I've tried many times to get a hold of them. I can't get through. I never received it. You handle it.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea. That'll be the plan because fuck them. Yeah. So then my flights started to get delayed. Now, where the gate was, it was wicked crowded, so I'm not hanging out there. I'm going off somewhere where there's like a bunch of available seats with power outlets and everything.
Smart.
I get there, it was like delayed a half hour. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll go on. It started getting either delayed 3 times in a row or delayed by an hour each time. And the delayed 15 minutes 3 times in a row is almost worse because you get up, you walk over there, you walk away, screw around, walk over there. It ended up being like hours and hours delayed. At one point in time, I'm like, maybe I should see if this is hitting the internet right now. Ian, there was an FAA tower that had to be evacuated because of a water leak. That's the kind of shit that happens when I try to travel. A tower gets evacuated.
Yeah. No.
It was so late. One of my daughters, Gwen, she picked me up. I mean, by the time she was able to like pick me up, get home, it was like 4 a.m. for her. It was just, it's so bad. I am the unluckiest traveler in the world. Dude, everybody never ever travel with me.
Yeah. That's a good rule right there. Did you have any troubles getting back?
Perfectly smooth.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I gave myself enough time getting back. I didn't want to happen last year where I figured I would be getting back in plenty of time, take the train home after with lots of time. And because of all the delays and everything, I ended up having to spend the night in New Jersey, which is a terrible thing for anybody to have to do.
I feel like most people try to go their whole lives without doing that.
Right?
Then
I had to burn a day of PTO because I was stuck in New Jersey an extra day because everything else leading up to that was late. So don't travel with me on a plane. Nope. You can travel with me in a car.
I've done it. Very enjoyable.
It went fine, right? Yep. The only thing is, whatever lane of traffic is the slowest one, that's the lane that we're going to end up being in because that's me in the car.
Yeah. Even if he's not driving.
Yep. Yeah, it's a powerful not power. I don't know the word to use right there. Talent that I have for that. If there's stoplights, they're always going to be red if I'm in the car with you. Yeah. I couldn't tell you the last time I was able to just jet through a green light there. No, they are red for me.
Yeah. And restaurants you're very interested in disappear.
Yeah. I'm still floored.
Yeah. We saw a buffet we wanted to check out. Missed it. Tried to get it on the way back.
Gone.
Google searched it. It doesn't exist.
I don't know if we went through some sort of a time slip.
I don't know. I still feel I want to go back to this camp just so I can see if that exists, because I feel like it'll be a little easier to find going in that direction, because
There was a sign.
it was a sign. It was, the only problem was it was too close to the exit, so you couldn't zip over 2 lanes, but you saw the sign for it. So I will get off on the next exit and turn around this time. Like if I find this place again,
I just want you to know, audience, there was enough time to zip over into the right lane.
we were in the slow moving traffic lane, as Jerrod has explained. So yes, I'm just not that great of a driver. But other than the traffic, how was the holiday?
Great.
Yeah.
Great. Great spending time with my daughters.
Yeah.
All a good old time.
Did you get anything nice? Nothing as nice as a ring light, I'm sure, but
my oldest daughter is very good about making sure that dad is taken care of with gifts. But
nice.
One thing I used to do to my daughter, I forgot this year, but I still do it every once in a while, is I'd always get him like a joke gift. Like I'd go to the store and buy like 3 different kinds of canned vegetables, wrap them up, give them to him.
Classic.
They were little. I got them each like kitchen utensils.
Yep.
I got my niece one, and there's a picture somewhere my sister had put up of my niece Sierra, and she was probably, I don't know, 6 years old in the picture. And she's got this confused look in her face, holding a ladle in her hand, big black ladle. And my sister's like, thanks for the ladle, Uncle Jer.
Classic Jerrod. That's a classic Jerrod.
What my oldest daughter did is she got me this jar of cocktail weenies.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
You making some pigs in the blanket?
So I'm not sure. So here's the thing. I've never done the cocktail weenie thing before.
Yeah.
I like hot dogs. I'm not sure if you eat them cold. Do you heat them up?
Well, I definitely would get the biscuit dough and wrap those bad boys and put them in the oven. But that's me. That's pigs in a blanket.
I'm thinking of pouring them into a bowl, pouring some milk on top, and just eating them like cereal.
I mean, there's that.
Carrying the jar
milky dogs.
Providence Place Mall, like eating them, licking my fingers off from cocktail weenie, offering people some if they want some.
There's no serving suggestion on that jar.
I didn't look. You know what?
It's for suckers. You don't need help.
If I'm getting to a point in my life where I'm looking at cocktail weenie jars to see what the suggested serving size is, I feel like I need to brace myself because I'm about to hit rock bottom.
No. I don't mean like serving size, serving suggestions, like how to make them.
Oh, you know what? I didn't look. I didn't look. Although maybe now I will take it upon myself to start reading my jar of cocktail weenies.
Maybe. I mean, hey,
little bedtime story.
And going back to the content and the caloric and all that, the nutrition. That you shouldn't. Why that doesn't even need to be on a cocktail weenie. You just know it's bad. Like
right.
Yeah, that's not going to make you feel good about what you're doing.
We're all better off not knowing what's
better off. Ignorance is bliss.
You know, so I had a buddy years ago. We both had these old beat up Camaros, and mine I'd always be able to drive it around. Him, he'd always have it up on blocks because he liked to get home and tinker with it, and he'd always find things wrong. And I used to tell him, if you're going to go looking for problems, you're always going to find them. Same thing with reading the ingredients in cocktail weenies.
That's it. That's more sodium I should have in a week.
You're not going to read that and be like, oh, I'm glad I took a look at this before I started eating these.
Right. Yeah.
It's just like big, long words that all mean regret. That's what's on the outside of the ingredients for your cocktail weenies.
Oh my goodness.
And it's got juice in there. Like you buy hot dogs, they're not in hot dog juice when you buy them, but there's weenie juice in this jar with the cocktail weenies.
I'm one. I love pickles, and I love pickle juice. I find most juices, they're pretty good. I'll drink a pickleback when picklebacks were a thing, and everybody was like, "Oh, I don't know if I could do it." I'm like, "Sign me up!" Like that was made for me.
Yeah, like pickle juice is not a bad flavor right there.
Mm-mm.
I don't think the cocktail weenie juice is going to be good. Like,
You don't know.
I
You
don't
don't
think
know.
anybody's going to do weenie shots.
Yeah, I think you need to. I think that needs to happen. Uh, I feel like it'll be a smoky, uh, uh, easy shot.
I do think that, like, if I could get it, cleaned out and everything, that would be a funny thing to serve drinks from. Like, oh, would
Yeah.
you like some?
Make it a little like iced tea colored. Mm. I've had this for years. I why don't you here have some? I've been saving this.
So yeah, so cocktail weenies, which is a tremendous gift and just makes me laugh. I tons of respect for that.
Yeah. All right. Well, there you go. There it is. I didn't get really any joke gifts this year. My mom was the joke gifter. Like because it served two purposes. A, it made her laugh, even when we were kids and didn't know, and had the very similar reaction to your niece. It made her laugh, but also she wants us to have like a million things to open. So, like I don't think there was one serious thing in our stockings. The whole thing was dollar store. But my mom would go dollar store shopping real close to Christmas, and I think clean them out, and it would end up in my sister and I's stocking.
So one thing my mom did is she got everybody pajamas, like
Nice.
the pajama pants and the
Yeah.
t-shirt that goes with it and everything. And so my daughters all loved them. Everybody loved them. I have something I have to tell my mom, and I'm so ashamed. I'm glad I don't have to look her in the eye and tell her. But for my birthday, it was a gold belly setup that my freezer's too full of stuff that I still need to make. But you know what gold belly is?
Yeah, isn't that the delivery service you can get, and it's like any restaurant around them? Like,
yeah, all these great restaurants and
Yeah.
everything. And I can't wait to use it. The hard part was narrowing it down and everything. But I've got to tell my mom she gets the large t-shirts, and I'm an extra large these days, Ma. So that's the large. I'm a little fat guy and a little suitish right there. They become belly shirts now when I wear the large. It's
Gotta go up. Because
yeah.
at this point in your life, you're not gonna go down to fit into the t-shirt.
I'm gonna try.
You
But
are?
I'm gonna try. But the other thing is, moms can be like very subtle in their actions and hints.
Oh, do you think this was a hint? Like,
They have this ancient wisdom, and here's what I think my mom might be going for. When she got a shirt that was not a little small for me, I think she knew it wasn't for me to wear. It's my mom's way to try to get me to bring people into my life who might be able to wear a shirt like that. Like,
oh, okay.
I think that's my mom's way of dropping hints to,
Nice.
Jer.
Nice. And you kind of have to be pretty on the nose with you. You don't do subtlety well.
I do not drop a hint because I will not get that hint.
No, that hint will stay dropped.
Oh, you know what we did though when we were out there with my daughters and everything, and we went with a bunch of the family out there, is we did an escape room. And I've never done an escape room before. And that was a lot of fun.
So you have a family where that's fun. I really believe that there's certain types of families, the ones that would not fight and work in teams and get out of the escape room, or everybody else that just ends in fighting and the attendant has to kind of give you all the hints and everything.
So with the ones that went, it was a not fighting group. It was
good.
My two younger daughters, my middle daughter and my youngest daughter, and then ex-brother-in-law, great, awesome dude, and his son. Not a fighting group right there.
Yeah.
Everybody had their point where they like figured something out throughout the whole thing. So it wasn't like, one person kind of being bossy and carrying the whole thing, which normally you would think would be my role in something like an escape room, but somehow that did not happen.
Well, I think you fill the role that is needed. And if there's competent people doing it, then you're probably like the stress relief of the that's what I try to be. It's like, all right, there's too many voices in the room. How can I just like keep everybody, on task and happy? No?
I am not jokey Jerrod when we
No,
are doing something like an escape room. I
really?
am in the back of my mind thinking we could set the record for this specific escape room, Jerrod, when I'm in those. And I like make myself back off from being really pushy, but I'm serious when I'm
Yeah,
doing
you got
those.
that
Like,
competitive
it's
streak.
like
Yeah,
trivia night, Jerrod is not there for your jokes and shenanigans.
that's true. That's true.
Trivia night, Jerrod, is there to get the questions right and win that gift certificate.
And you better shut the hell up so I can hear the question.
Yeah. If you're fucking around when we're playing trivia right there, you can go sit
You
at
can go.
another table or something, but
Yeah,
we are here to win.
we are here for. Yeah, this is not the joke table. You can go screw.
Yes.
Yeah, got you. Got you. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, it was probably one of the nicest Christmases as an adult. My sister did a really nice job hosting this year. Even though so many things went wrong, with like she was, she wanted to make a turkey, and for some of it, she has this very fancy oven. I don't understand why things are getting fancier and more complicated for that were very simple when they first started.
Oh, you sound like an old man.
I know. It's my turn to, but
Guy.
she's got this very fancy. She had her kitchen redone. Got a very fancy oven. It's got it's actually two ovens, like a small one and then a full size underneath it. And but it's got digital controls, so there's no knob to turn or anything. So I'm thinking I'm helping. I preheated the oven, but then when I think I set the timer, I shut the oven off. So the turkey was just put in a preheated oven, and then I turned it off. So 2.5 hours when the alarm went off to check the turkey, it was a little brown, but stone cold. So this Christmas Eve. So my uncle's coming over. So we had most of my family had Chinese food. Cause you got to go, but at this point, everything was,
got to make a move.
Pizza's closing at 5. Everybody's closing at 5, but Asian and a few of those. So we got most of it got Asian food. My dad will not eat Asian food. He's just not a fan. So we got him and my nephew McDonald's, and that was our Christmas Eve. But it was funny and fun, and and then the irony was, once we discovered that the turkey was off, we still had to cook it because it's, so we put it on, but we knew it wasn't going to be done till like 9:00 at night. Nope. Pop-up timer done the minute we sat down to eat. But at that point we hadn't made the sides, or we had all this other food. So yeah, we had leftovers for days.
I helped the my girl's grandma. He is absolutely.
And that's the other thing.
So complicated.
Yeah. I turned 51 on Christmas Day, so I am officially an old man. So.
Oh my god.
Where's
the knobs?
That's exactly, Jerrod. You don't know. Here's my thing. I figured it out, but if you could turn it off that easy without knowing you turned it off, come on. And weirdly, though, I took responsibility for it. Normally I would have like, to save face, like, I don't know what happened, but but I didn't want my sister to think there was something wrong with her stove when there's nothing wrong with my stove. And yeah, no, not enough buttons. That's the problem. Everything was this one little keypad, controlled everything. I like back burner has a button, oven has a button. Anyways. But no, but it was nice. She did a nice job recovering, and then first COVID with Christmas with my cousins since COVID,
nice.
and then hung out with friends for New Year's Eve, and and had a couple weeks off while doing it all. So it was nice.
So Christmas out west with my girls, we do presents at their grandparents' house in the morning. Do breakfast there, then we go back in the evening for a nice Christmas dinner. So I was in the kitchen, and my grandma was out there working hard in the kitchen. So, I asked a few questions, and I ended up helping out, which was good. Because number one, let me say, wonderful lady, makes great food. I love her dearly. She's family to me. But so I was mashing the potatoes, and she got out the salt and the pepper. Well, I'm going to throw a little garlic powder in there too. And I was starting to put it in, and she said something like, oh, you're going to put in that much? And I was like, yeah, don't you want to put it a little more than you need, put the pepper, the garlic powder, and everything. My daughter texted me. My youngest daughter was watching off the corner, texted me, like, thank you for the seasoning, Dad.
So you're saying it's usually pretty bland, is what you're saying?
Apparently so, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
funny because their grandpa walked by and like tried a little, and I saw his eyebrows raised. He enjoyed that. And
Yeah.
and they did a ham. I don't think they were super experienced with like glazed hams because it came with a little packet. It said add like a tablespoon of water for glaze. I was like, yeah, do you have something else to add? Some pineapple juice? Actually, Grandpa opened up a can of pineapples, pulled the juice right out. So he was definitely interested in having a nice flavorful thing going on with that too. So we did, it was a little thin, but we wanted to coat the whole ham.
Right.
All that, and it ended up being so good because we did it face down. It was we always end up talking about food.
We do.
It so good though.
I gotta start eating dinner before the show.
Yeah.
We like what we like.
I didn't even realize how deep I was into that food story.
I was like, it's now a cooking show. Our format has changed.
I wasn't trying to like one up you. Like I made all this good tasting food, and you used the light bulb to cook the turkey.
It's fair. I own it. Yeah, and then I don't want to talk about food anymore.
I know, it's hard not to.
It's hard not to.
I wasn't hungry until we started talking.
Exactly. Yeah. But yeah, now I can think about our food topics.
Yeah. So, Ian.
Yes, sir.
2023.
Yes.
Do you have any New Year's resolutions?
You know something, Jerrod? I don't do resolutions. I feel like you're setting yourself up for failure, or you're just committing to a year long of thinking about the same thing. It just isn't for me. It's not the time to do that kind of reflection. But that's the attitude of someone that's never been successful with resolutions. So I've just given them up.
Yeah. Hey, way to play the game and commit to the bit there, Ian. Thanks for your help on that part of the show.
Sorry. I forgot you were doing this.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I got New Year's resolutions. Go right ahead.
Yeah, speaking of New Year's resolutions, Ian, I got a few New Year's resolutions here.
Number one is pay more attention to what is being said. That's my New Year's resolution number one.
He's either like stomping all over the bit like a rhinoceros in a bouncy house, or he's just like, I don't like that stuff at all.
I don't like
it. Oh. So, speaking of resolutions, now that we're talking about them,
yes,
I've got some New Year's resolutions here. And
let's see them.
These are my New Year's resolutions for other people to do, not me.
I can get behind this.
I am perfect. I don't need resolution. By the way, I am available for all of your graphic design needs. If you'd like to have graphic designs like this in your life, very hot.
Joe, before you go into this, your mom asked a very important question.
Of course, I like the pajamas.
All right, and Greg is right. I do continuations, not resolutions. And then that's true, Greg, as well.
I doubt that. I'm thinking Ian like turns it on, puts that little thing of crappy brownies in there. I don't know what he does. Unscrews the light bulb a little.
Yeah, I don't know. Too many knobs. This is the Greg that got me this wonderful ring light. So
good.
Yeah, so Jerrod is very upset that I have this now because it's
yeah. Ian showed me what it looked like before with the light off, and now with the light on. And I gotta say, it's a thoughtful gift, but he looked a lot better with the light off. It was, in fact, what I said to him was, I wish there was a way to make the light even offer than it was.
All right, let's get into these.
Everybody's other people's New Year's resolutions out here. Some are for a lot of people, some are for specific audiences, but let's jump into them. Number one. Oh, look at me. I'm also available for all of your AV needs. Number one for real this time.
Too many buttons.
Park far away if you're waiting for someone in the store. Ian, I was at the supermarket just the other day. I went to a Market Basket, raining out because the weather sucks this time of year. I'm having to park far away, and I'm walking by people who are sitting in their cars in better parking spots waiting to pick somebody up from the store. Now, I just noticed it then, but you know what? That always happens. People, if you are like just dropping somebody off in the store and you're going to like scoop to the front to pick them up, good for you. I am all for that. But don't take up the good parking spots when you're doing that, you asshole. You're making other people have to park farther away. So, people, this is for everybody. Your New Year's resolution, one of your New Year's resolutions this year, is if you're staying in your car while somebody else is doing the shopping, park further away and then keep an eye. They can text you when they're out of the store. Don't make nice, handsome people like me have to walk through the damn rain to get into the store while you're sitting in your car listening to your stupid podcast.
Spoken like a man that is no longer a large.
Oh, right. Normally, I'm not a close parker, but when it's raining out, like, okay, then I'm looking for the good parking spot.
What do you feel about fire zone waiting?
I don't do it. So here's why. You know what? No, I don't like it, and let me tell you why. Because
thank you for committing to the bit.
Yes, it took me a second to get there. Here's my problem with fire zone waiting is I never do it, and I'm never on the inside of it. Nobody ever does it for me, which I'm totally fine with. But I can't tell you how many times I'm sitting there driving and I'm trying to get around, and there's two-way traffic, but somebody's sitting there fire zone parking, inconveniencing me and other people who are just trying to get to our parking spot, because assholes like that who aren't going to the store are parking as close as possible to it while somebody else is in there. Nope, I am anti-fire zone parking.
All right. All right, last scenario.
Yeah.
What about people that circle?
I'm okay. There was a time in my life when I was a circler, and not everybody is like me and doesn't need to park close by. I'm actually kind of okay with the circler. To me, it goes back to the base instinct of manhood, which is out there looking for prey. You just don't go out and just be like, I guess there's no, I don't know what, mammoths today. I'm assuming something preyed on mammoths. I would have, but I'm a badass. They're not saying, oh, there's no mammoths today. And I get it. Maybe I'm okay with settling for like the old or the young or the diseased mammoth that are like way in the back of the pack and can't keep up. I'm fine with that. But I can also understand people wanting to get a nice bite of fresh woolly mammoth right there. So I feel like those people are tapping into those base instincts of themselves.
Yeah, you went far on that one with mammoths and that sort of thing. But I will say this, I feel circling is a little more annoying because we now live in the world of cell phones. So you could just, if you're coming out of the store saying I'm coming out and that.
Oh, you meant circling after they drop somebody off in there.
I'm saying I
thought you meant circling to wait for a good parking spot to open.
Oh, no. I mean, do what you got to do. No, I'm talking about the people that are clearly just like going around and around waiting for the person to come out so they can swoop in. And
what is their problem? That is bullshit. Like, and if you think about it, who enjoys driving in a parking lot? Like,
no one.
If I'm driving and there's a parking lot involved, I probably hate it. You're driving really slow. People are pulling out. You might kill somebody. Somebody might bump your car. Why do more of that?
Yep. All right. Got it. Also, I'm with you on the park further away if you're not.
And just if I'm with somebody and they want to run into the store without me, I drop them off. Tell them to get a fucking.
And it's so much easier. It's so much easier to go park. Tell them to get a ride home.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to park in the back of the parking lot where there's plenty of spots. Yeah. And then again, hey, I'm coming out. Can you come pick me up? Zoom right up.
Yeah. And you can like even pull out a little more and keep an eye on it.
There's
so many more benefits to it.
Exactly. All right.
So one thing about the resolutions, just so everybody knows, I wanted to come up with things that were a little a little more thoughtful and like start using your blinkers more. The stuff we always want people to do. So hopefully these resolutions aren't ones that you like are hearing all over the place and heard jokes about for years. But they're important. They're more important because I took the time to stop and think about important resolutions like heated gas stations, Ian. Why are scientists and engineers not working on heated gas stations? It's 2023. We should have heated gas stations. When it's shitty cold outside, like the only time you're really stuck outside is when you're gassing up your car, which you end up having to do all the time. They tell you, don't leave it running. Not like it does you any good when you're outside of it. Why aren't gas stations heated yet?
Hey, I never put this together. You just made me think of something.
Oh, good.
So I know you and I differ on the idea of self-checkout, right? You like it, I don't.
Sure.
Is that true?
Yeah.
We've talked about that's settled law
and bitches that I slide.
But that self-serve gas is our precursor. Like it would be so much better if we still have people pumping our gas for us. Then you don't need it heated. That's between the employee and the employer. We're still in our nice cars, never having to get out. So, be careful with the self-checkout. All of a sudden, we're going to be standing outside in the cold doing grocery shopping. That's where I take that.
Yeah, there's a couple states left where they'll go in and do it, but
New Jersey.
If I got to gas up, why? The store is heated. There's no reason why there can't be heated gas stations.
Well, it might be that, a heating element and gasoline don't mix. I'm just saying.
You know what? Like I was thinking about that, but I'm not going to be the one making excuses to stand in the way of science, Ian. I think by now somebody has to have figured something out.
Yeah, it's called an electric car.
And so you think about this too, like I hate whenever I read or see somebody who's like bitching about somebody like talking on their phone or at their phone at the gas station or something. And they're like, oh, you're just trying to start a fire? You're going to start to blow up or something? When have you ever heard of a gas station just exploding? Like maybe in the movies, but in real life, you don't see that. And people are all, do they think that when you get out of your car, that suddenly now the phone is just highly flammable? You've got an internal combustion engine with a radio going on it and everything in the gas station. Why are there people who think that when you're on your cell phone when you're pumping gas, like that's going to cause death and destruction? I've never heard of a gas station exploding. Never. Maybe with somebody like running into one or something, but you would think if that would happen, there would be more stories of gas stations just suddenly going up in flames. But you don't hear that. So I'm always on my phone around pumping gas because I don't want to watch that stupid channel on the gas pump. There's nothing on that I ever want to watch. I want to watch what I want to watch on my phone right in that moment. And there's people who like be giving me side eye when I'm doing it. Like, what are you? You're the moron here who thinks that I'm about to end your life by being on my cell phone at the gas station.
That's a very, very enthusiastic stand on that.
Yeah.
Right,
I feel very strongly about that. You know what I feel very strongly about, Ian?
What's that?
More saxophone solos.
You're not going to believe this. I was thinking about saxophone solos on my way home from work. I'm not kidding.
You think about every song that's got a saxophone solo in it. It's great.
It adds. That's what I was thinking of. This is so funny. This was not planned. I was listening to a song and I'm like, this song was made better by a saxophone solo.
Yes!
There should be more saxophone solos.
What happened to all the saxophone solos? They make every song so good. Like every once in a while, I get the 80s song "The Heat Is On" just in my head.
Yep.
And it's a little catchy bop, you know. I'm afraid to start singing it because I don't want YouTube to come down. But then you get to the saxophone.
Oh, you're not that good a singer.
Like you are into it at that point. You're playing the air sax, which if you're driving and nobody can see you're playing the air sax, but somebody comes up next to your car and you're doing this, don't explain. just let their minds travel to wherever they are. But saxophone, so we know every song that's ever had a saxophone solo in it because it's so good, it's so catchy, and it like crosses all kinds of music. Eminem, the saxophone solo in Shady's Back. I can't remember the name of that song, but
The Real Slim Shady, right? Like
it was the one after. Oh, I can't remember it. Maybe it was. Let's just say it was the Real Slim Shady because here I am talking. But I don't remember the song, but I sure as hell remember the saxophone solo, and that's the strength of saxophone solos. They are more powerful than the song. I don't know where they've gone. They've always been so good. Every genre of music can use a good saxophone solo. Oh,
now, do you know about the sweaty saxophone guy?
is he the one who would do the saxophone solo from the George Michael song?
No. Sweaty saxophone guy is from Lost Boys. It became like a. Do you know what I'm talking about? You look like you.
No, but I've got another Lost Boys saxophone playing reference for you.
So there's a scene just randomly. I think they're going through the amusement park there, and they just do a long pause on this sweaty, muscular dude with no shirt on playing the saxophone, and it has since become kind of a meme and things like that. So it's just funny. Anytime we talk about saxophone solo, that I think about that, and it cracks me up every time.
Another Lonely Island one. After the show, everybody go out. If you haven't heard it, Google Sax Player by Lonely Island. Very funny. I don't want to give it away, and describing it won't be very good, but very funny song. All right.
Go ahead. What
But
next?
I think it's funny that you were thinking of sax. How songs show more sax?
I really was. A Phil Collins song came on that had a big sax. And I was like, this song's kind of mediocre except for the sax solo. And then I'm like, it just makes it better.
That just makes it better.
Do I do it? I guess I have to. We're here for our audience.
I know.
Amy. All right, what else? All right, I like this. We're on a roll here.
My mom is watching, by the way, but they're in there.
There it is.
Yeah, you know what else other people need to have as a New Year's resolution, Ian?
What's that?
Stop with the cold roast beef sandwiches. So there
100%.
is no greater variation between how good a hot and cold version of a sandwich is than with roast beef. Like even corned beef and pastrami, when those are cold, while they're hot, they're incredible. When they're cold, they are so good. But I've never had a cold roast beef sandwich, and I'm glad I'm eating this right now. Maybe if I was on the verge of starvation. Other than that, that's the most meh sandwich you can have. Heat it up though. You throw that roast beef in the microwave for a little while, you can do so many awesome things with it. Slap some cheese on it to melt. You got that hot roast beef sandwich with cheese. It's so much better. I'm a big sandwich guy, sandwich fella over here. And to me, cold roast beef is only an additional cold cut you'd put on a sandwich. You'd put that on a sandwich that you've already got like ham and turkey on. But when you're just having a roast beef sandwich, it needs to be hot. And this stems from, I was probably 12 years old, went to a restaurant with my mom and my sister. I don't think it's around anymore. It's called Center Pizza in Putnam, Connecticut. And I ordered this roast beef sandwich or roast beef platter. And it came out with cold, rolled up roast beef cold cuts. And that's when I first knew. That's when I first knew and learned that was bullshit. If you are a restaurant and you're offering a roast beef sandwich or a roast beef platter, don't give cold roast beef. That's a lie. That is in essence lying to people.
Yeah, you should be forced to close and apologize if you've chosen to do that.
Absolutely.
Anyways. Just because I was able to do it. Here's the sweaty saxophone guy. You ready for it?
I hope it doesn't get us kicked off YouTube again. Oh, it's the guy from the Lost Boys.
Yeah, that guy.
Did you say Lonely Island before?
No, you did.
Oh wow, that's weird.
And I got a tape to prove it.
I really thought you said Lonely Island.
No, Lost Boys.
Yeah. So I know that one from the movie. Yeah,
Oh,
the
okay.
tax one. He's on. I saw him. What is the website where you can get like D-list celebrity Cameo? He
Yeah,
was
Cameo.
he's very big on Cameo, from what I
He's
understand.
got to be 102.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no need for him either in that. Like,
No, that's the funny thing is,
that was a good movie. I
it's
enjoyed
a
that
good movie,
movie.
but all of a sudden it's like a needle scratch.
Yeah, it's like this. Like they're at the beach party or whatever. All of a sudden, there's to watch the oiled up saxophonist perform. The 80s weren't really like that, people. There was no need for that.
And the funny thing is that's an 80s movie. So they thought, what was the director thinking? Is like, you know what this needs right now? Got a break in the tension.
You know what no vampire movie is complete without? A moist saxophonist.
Oh my God. So yeah, that I'm glad we're on the same page on that.
Yeah.
All right. What else? What else, man?
All right, Ian. So my number 5 New Year's resolution for somebody else.
Yeah.
Start putting a menu at the drive-thru in the space before your order. Oh my God. There are so many places that the opportunity to do that is there, and they just don't. And I know somebody is gonna, this restaurant somewhere, like in North Carolina, I went to this one drive-thru place and they did that. I don't care, because overwhelmingly they're still not doing that.
Yeah, it should be universal. It's Absolutely. Great if one person's smart and they're doing it, but it should be universal. I can get 100% behind this. So much wasted time. And then when you get to the speaker, they're like, what would you like? And I'm like, I don't know yet.
I've got to see, like, what are your dollar deals?
I got what has changed? What, like, okay, most people when they go to McDonald's, they may know their order burger, but there are times, and they're always adding special stuff. They're always like, oh, the McRib is back. I didn't know.
Yes. And the worst is when they do like the menu, they're like the big television screens. And like right now they're showing an advertisement for their McCafe. But don't worry, when it flips, that's when we'll have the extra value meals on there. Yeah. I don't need to see the advertisement. Now I've got to wait for that stupid graphic to change to know, what's your special chicken sandwich that you got going on with the extra value meal. Just in general, drive-through places, stop fucking with the drive-through menus like that.
And the other thing that drives me nuts about that, they also flash your order up on the screen, but usually the person taking the order is behind. They say move ahead before they hit the cash button or whatever. Right. So the person behind you sees your order, and I can't deal with that kind of shame.
No. I don't want the people behind me like,
knowing what I'm eating as I slowly drive to work in my, just trying to get any joy out of the day that I can with my way too much food. No.
I don't want them to be in their car saying, like, it looks like there's only one person in that car. What's with all that food that was ordered there?
Like I only saw one silhouette. That doesn't jibe. Why 6 Big Macs?
I've been tempted to like loudly say out the window and try to make it sound natural and organic. I'm ordering this for I'm bringing a bunch home for all my friends, which it would be a lie because I am the piece of shit that they think I am, but there's no need for them to know that.
What, Amy? I don't know what this is.
That's because I was bitching about the video menu screens.
Yeah.
And, whoops.
Oops, sorry.
And she'd hit that, and we both had a mind meld there. But I'm not sure what GMTA stands for.
That's what I'm saying. No, I don't know what.
Hey, get me the ass.
That's so Amy. That's such a thing Amy would say.
Amy's New Year's resolution this year is to get her the ass.
Get me the ass. That's so Amy.
Classic Amy.
Classic Amy.
Great minds think alike. Oh. You know what? There's a little pause and delay, and she's gonna.
It's coming.
Yeah. After she wrote Great Minds Think Alike, that's what she's going to be hearing. Get me the ass. That's what Amy said. Sorry about that, Amy. I guess we will not be getting you the ass.
She didn't come as in at you as hard as I thought she might.
True. And she has me thinking I may have spelled saxophone wrong on my my graphic.
Impossible. You're a professional.
That's true. I certainly spelled it right.
And we are not going to pull it back up to double check because we know.
How dare anybody even doubt me and insist that I pull it back out to check? What is wrong with you?
I did. So while we're speaking about resolutions, I don't do them, but I did the other day. I was getting into a really good walking groove this summer and then into the fall and going hiking and that sort of thing. And, we had that really cold weather. It's been mild since, but we had that really cold weather a couple weeks ago and it just kind of killed so work was offering I don't know if anybody has it. I bought it through Blue Cross. It's called Gym Pass, and you can go to 100 different gyms in the area. You don't have to have a membership at the gym. It lets you into these bunch of gyms and that sort of thing. So I did the thing, and just so I can walk on a treadmill, and keep up with keep at least being a little active, not a lot. I just want to walk on a treadmill because it's too cold outside. But so that is one kind of resolution-y thing I did in 2023. Have I gone? Have I owned the Gym Pass for 2 days? Nope, I haven't gone yet. Can't get my butt out of bed early, and then I've had commitments after work. But I think tomorrow afternoon's the day I'm gonna go and walk on a treadmill.
There you go. See, I've been trying to do that, and just in general, continue on and eat even better because I get a little hefty, especially over during the whole lockdown. So it's a very bad race to the bottom for me now. So I try, but I say that now, but like the minute the show's over, I am going to be scarfing down cocktail weenies like a man possessed.
And drinking the juice.
Like some sort of cocktail weenie anteater, just opening the bottle and just sucking them right out.
Jerrod, we are both the king of the callbacks. You have to start watching our show from minute one if you're going to keep up the entire show.
That's true.
Yeah.
In fact, the best idea for anybody watching would be to finish and then start over and watch it again.
Watch it again. Yeah. And while you're shopping on our soon to be in existence Amazon wish list.
Yes.
They can hey, if they want me in total darkness, they can get me like something to take away light. I don't know if that's invented.
I like the idea of like me and you doing each other's Amazon wish lists. And like not being able to see what we put on there, just see what people get and send. Because
I like it. Although it would be a race to the bottom.
100%. Like I'm not thinking of anything good that you would be like,
no.
Oh boy.
Yeah, no. It'd be mine would be I hope someone mistakenly gets this, opens it, and it embarrassed Jerrod. That's exactly what I'm thinking about.
Right.
Yeah. I'll purposely put on the wrong apartment for your
but get a picture of me on the box just so they for sure know who I am.
That's it. Oh my God. So hey, I'm not looking to end the show, but I do want to talk about something that kind of counts as a plug. I'm teaching again.
Look at you.
Yeah, I'm going to be doing level 2.
Nice.
I've only done level 2 and I'm going solo, no TA.
Really?
Yeah. I think they were having trouble. No one will work with me. Oh, yeah, I'll do it. Who's teaching? Ian? Nope.
When's that class start?
Good question. End of March, I believe. So there's some time, but I'm excited. The last time I taught a full level was online during COVID, and not the same experience. Great class, but not the same experience. So I'm kind of excited to get back into it. And
Ian out there raw dogging level 2.
Woo! Yeah. Peter is going to come in and observe. For those of you who don't know, Pig, Peter's our artistic director. I never know anybody's
He's
title.
the artistic director.
Okay,
Yep.
so he said he'd come in and observe, and if he feels I need one, he'll find one. I was like, oh, I'm insulted but relieved at the exact same time.
Yeah. Hey, I taught level 2 last spring. I'm actually teaching level 3 starting Sunday.
Nice. I'm doing a Sunday class too. I figured my night times are just too out there, and then I'm like, even though it's another trip to Providence from where I'm at a week, but I think I'll enjoy it. It'll get me up early, and yeah, I think it'll be great. So
yeah, the last class I taught was my short form class, and that was on Monday nights. And teaching is great. I say once I started teaching, I realized I enjoy teaching even more than I enjoy performing.
Mm-hmm.
It's really the best. But man, Tuesday mornings were tough because you're getting out of there. It's the city. It's 10. You got to get up for work in the morning after you drive home and everything. Can't be like Amy, who can just go with these wacky sleep schedules to do more and more classes. But that's why she's going to hit it big and be famous, and we're not. Well, other than being rising stars on Facebook for Ian and Jerrod's Humpday Extravaganza.
Yeah, but we're going to make our fortune by combing through the comment section of our shows and writing a book about Amy and what Amy said. So we got our plan too. So Amy, we're counting on you to get famous.
Yeah, before she was famous, that'll be the name of our book. We'll just be capitalizing on her fame.
I mean that Kenny G spot, that's gold.
That's right. It's going. That's going to be a chapter right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're going to have to pay the hard-earned cash to read it, and that's going to go right into our pockets.
Yes.
So
here's another great thing about doing the class on Sunday. I feel like the parking's going to be easier. Like
it's going to be so much easier. So much easier. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But I had taken a little time off. It's just I don't usually like teaching in the summers because I don't like it. I have so many nighttime obligations for work. In the summers, I don't have any. So, and then it's just been really busy. Like people have really wanted to teach. I've just been waiting my turn. So I was excited.
Yeah.
Rumors of we're not. No, you're not famous now, Amy. You're going to be.
And Amy, all right. For anybody who doesn't know Amy, I do, and I can tell you, Amy is not Canadian. She's not British. So Amy throwing that you in there like she's some sort of transcontinental intellectual.
Mm-hmm. It's because she's taking classes at Second City, which is Toronto.
Bull.
I'm in London.
Well, you know what? You're in London. That's a rumor, and that I see why you put the U in rumor.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. So you had a layover at Heathrow, and all of a sudden you have an accent.
I can't walk out of movies sometimes. I can't if I watch 2 Lord of the Rings in the movie in a row, I've got an accent when I'm done watching them. Those are
and you're walking through the parking lot with an air sword.
Yes. You know what I wonder if over in Great Britain they notice this about movies that Americans watch that have a lot of, I'm going to call them UK accents, because you're watching it and there's somebody with an obvious Scottish accent, and there's an actor with an obvious Irish accent and an obvious London accent, Liverpool accent, and they're all there. And to Americans watching, it's all oh, those are all obviously creatures from the same mythical land, because they're all talking with the exact same accent. Meanwhile, I've got to think that anybody over in Great Britain, I should say United Kingdom, I think that's the bigger, whichever, is watching those how did these people from different parts of the island all get together to all be elves or whatever the fuck they are?
Yeah, but can you imagine all the British people that watch our movies and there's a Southern accent and and they have no idea either. And for us, it's the nuance,
So to me, when I'm watching an American movie, the accent's not always good, but they tend to be regional. You're not watching a movie about New York cops and have one cop with a Southern accent, and one cop with a Maine accent and then one cop with a Brooklyn accent. To me, you don't see that. It kind of, Americanized accents. I think America sticks to the regions. Now, I don't know if maybe in England, if there's a movie studio where they bring out a bunch of actors from America to act, if then they just let their natural, regional accents go free.
Well, it's much smaller, so there's more opportunity, and you don't, like you could go from town to town and have different dialects in England. Like Manchester is very different than Liverpool, than
Yeah.
is very different than London, and they're relatively close together. So I think you could make like a heist movie, and it'd be much more natural to have all those dialects together. When in an American, like everywhere you named people are from, that's quite a distance. Where do you find all of those folks? Or they, American actors work to get rid of their dialects, so they just have the standard American accent.
Yeah, good point. I hadn't considered the British heist movie exception, Ian. Thank you for reminding me of the British
watch any Guy
movie.
Ritchie movie, and there's about 15 different accents, including Brad Pitt doing an amazing job at an accent, and nobody can understand what he's saying.
There's a lot of American studios that bring on a lot of British actors.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's the same thing with British studios. I just assume, here's my assumption, and I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe Amy can ask some of the other people in London while she's watching the show. My assumption is that British acting does a lot more like Shakespearean stage acting than American actors will always go. So when it comes to trying to get serious dramatic roles in serious movies, there's just a denser population of British actors that, because of that Shakespearean theater background, are able to do those roles. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's my theory, though.
I think it's a good one. Good as any that I have.
Blimey! There's my British accent, everyone.
It is. And I can't differentiate Australian and British half the time.
Oh, that one I can do. The South African one I don't always get right. I'm trying to think what else is New Zealand. I don't think I'd be able to differentiate that from Australian.
Yeah. Anyways, that's a good point. There are a plethora of accents in the Lord of the Rings movie, and nobody pays attention to it.
All of those movies are I'm watching the new Witcher one.
Yeah. Now, a friend of mine, and this is pre Star Wars. Don't consider the prequels. Don't consider the newest ones. Just the original 3 Star Wars. And every one of the bad guys had a British accent. Every one of the good guys, with the exception of Obi-Wan Kenobi, had an American accent. And he really thought that was intentional. And I'm wondering if it's true, if that was something George Lucas, said, everybody in the Empire was British. Everybody else was American.
Is that kind of a trope for American movies, though? The villain being British?
Well, we always have, Americans are so xenophobic that anytime any bad person is somebody from a different culture, right? You can't. That made it. Yeah.
Have you stopped to consider maybe British people are worse people?
No, yeah. I mean, I think that's a given, right, Amy? That's what Amy always says.
Absolutely. It's a shame we are sponsored by Jaguar, the only British company I could think of.
Right. Yeah, I was like, all right.
Gordon Ramsay's fish and chips restaurant.
Yeah, they're. I'm waiting for Amy's retort. I love the 30 seconds
over there.
She's fell asleep. She can't hang.
That's right.
She's dropping names of people I have no idea who they are.
Right? Don't make me Google. Don't put names there I've got to Google.
If you said it was Joey Lawrence, now you're onto something.
So I think it's a little ironic that it's apparently, I'm guessing it's somebody British, but they don't put a U in Lawrence.
Oh, nice. So maybe they're not British.
They're definitely not British.
Yeah, they must be Canadian.
Or Laurence.
She was on British Who's Line. Who wasn't?
Right. I don't remember any British person who was on the British version of Who's Line. I
thought it was all Americans. I thought it was Ryan Stiles and
until Ryan and Colin got on there, it sucked anyways.
Yeah. Not impressed, Amy.
British Amy over there.
That's what we need to do, is just start mocking our only Amy by far is our best viewer. Like, I think missed maybe 1 or 2 shows in the time we've been doing this.
Amy's so wonderful.
She is wonderful.
I've got to make one more joke. Right now, what she's really probably saying is, "Get me the arse."
Oh, burn.
Yeah. I definitely talked that one up way too much before.
I was like, wow, we saw that train coming in a mile down the track.
That was not worthy of all that intro.
Nice effort, though. Nice effort. So anyways, all right. So do you have anything to plug this week, bud?
I do. So Friday night, new hours for Bring Your Own Improv, 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. down at the World Center for the Arts. Come on down. I don't think Amy is performing there with me this Friday, but often you can see both of us performing together. But yeah, that's where we're doing our short form. And we are putting the pre-Colin and Ryan version of Whose Lines in It, British Whose Lines in It anyway, to shame. We are performing there. Yes. So that is Friday, 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. Man,
actually, Jerrod, I heard your nickname over there was the American Josie Lawrence. I heard that was your nickname. So good for you.
I could be so lucky.
Yeah, good for you.
Saturday, 7 p.m., Dr. Nighttime's going to be back in the hizzy. So I'll be performing Dr. Nighttime doing the Herald at AF220 in Providence. So come on out and see that. That is always
that's a good time
right there. Yeah.
There's a lot of good people on that team.
It is a solid team.
It's a stacked team.
Yeah, I am.
I feel like there was a little payola going on when they formed that team.
Right. I really lucked out getting on that team there. They are all so good.
You know what? Let's start with one of our best players, and let's just make everybody one better. That was the rule.
Yeah, and I was the one that started. That was the base, because everybody.
You were the base. I didn't want to say it, but absolutely.
No shame. It's great because there's so many. Every show, it's like there's somebody else who is just a monster of comedy on there. You know, it just everyone. I'm a bad improviser with Dr. Nighttime sometimes, because I'm just spending all my time on the sideline laughing instead of paying attention to what the hell is going on.
Exactly.
Starting this Saturday, there's still a little time to sign up. If you've already done level 1 and level 2, it'd be a great time to set up for level 3. It's character and advanced scene. Coming hot off my short form class, I'm still in prime teaching mode. And if you've already done level 3 before and it's time for a refresher, it's a great time to have it, because you will be having me as your teacher. And to plug her a little, Miranda, or plug them a little, I should say, Miranda is my TA for that. Or I shouldn't say my TA. Miranda is the TA for that class.
Awesome.
I wish I could edit that out and re-say that, because every part of that sentence, Miranda, if you watch this, I'm just trying to talk you up.
Miranda's got too much things going on to be watching this.
That's true. Miranda's got a busy month going on.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. For my plugs, I am. You can see me next Friday with Nutflux and Chill, doing an improvised movie. God, you don't know what you're going to get. So it is true improv. We're doing it. So come on out and we may do the movie that you suggest, and have a good time doing it. And then I am teaching at the United Theater. I've mentioned this before, but on February 11th, I am doing at 1 p.m. I'm doing a improv for everyone workshop there. It's a one-off workshop. It's for people that are interested in performing improv or not interested in performing improv and want to learn a new skill and how this could help you if you want to give it a shot. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun. You get to exercise some muscles you may not even had and find out, hey, I'm pretty funny. Improv changed, I can say pretty confidently, both of our lives, and it's really fun to give it a shot. So if you're in the Westerly area or want to travel to it, you can check out United Theater of Westerly, and they will be signing folks up. If not now, shortly. And then again, in March, I'm teaching level 2. So if you have taken the equivalent of level 1 improv, join my class.
I mean, just talking about how much improv has changed our lives, that's beyond just the incredible financial wealth.
Oh my God.
Both of our lives.
Today, as I was throwing $100 bills out my car window, all of it improv money, by the way, that's when I had the epiphany about the saxophone. I was just throwing $100 bills out the window.
Saxophone is the instrument of the wealthy.
It is. It's a known fact. And then Amy, I'm back to Kismet House Party with Batman on the 13th.
You put it right up on the screen there.
There it is. So, yeah, plenty of
one more plug I forgot, Ian.
Uh-oh. What did you forget?
This Friday and next Friday, BYOI, Bring Your Own Improv, is doing auditions, 6 p.m. If you've done some improv and you'd like to get on a short form team, come on out, do the audition.
Do it.
Friday at 6 and next Friday at 6 p.m. It's, it could be when you've done some improv classes and you feel like you're getting good at it. Sometimes it can be tough to find a place to go beyond that, to start performing. And the way you get there is by doing auditions. So come on out. The auditions are not there to scare you. There's not going to be anybody there like making you feel like shit during the auditions. Everybody who might be there on the team has auditioned before and knows how nerve-wracking it can be and is there to make you feel comfortable and able to do your best. So come on out.
Do it. All right, my friend. I think that brings us to the end of another awesome, always great spending time with you.
Yeah, and I feel so happy that we can help people make it through the rest of the week.
Me too. I think really this is most people's highlight of their weeks. I mean, how could it not be?
I can't see otherwise.
I can't even conceive of a world that isn't true.
We wouldn't have so many high-paying sponsors, Ian, if we weren't reaching out and touching and making so many people's lives better.
I agree. All right, folks, we're going to be back in 2 weeks, unless one of us can't. How's that for non-committal? But yeah, it should be back in 2 weeks, 7 p.m. What is 2 weeks? 2 weeks is the 4th, would be the 11th, the 18th of January. Yeah, you found us tonight. You'll be able to find us then. Any last minute words, Joe?
I got nothing.
All right.
Nothing.
All right. Everybody
Amy,
enjoy.
Go to bed.
Yeah, Amy, go to bed. Josie Lawrence needs to be impressed. Bye.
Bye.